Ready? Play.
Okay, Alex Eala is going to be playing Arango. Now, did any of you do any homework on Arango?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched Durango a few times. It's been a while, but more of a natural clay courter. She's a grinder. Um, you know, not a lefty, so we'll have the diversity there. But I think this should be a pretty heavy match in terms of long rallies,
Yeah.
and I think Yala's going to try and play like strike first tennis as she does, be aggressive. So
Eala, yes, funny. I can't quite put her in a category in terms of aggression or otherwise because
yeah,
I think she starts the point on the return often, especially if it's a very attack. She's there and she's going for it and she's hugging the baseline and just trying to get on top of the rally. If of course she doesn't get that, then it's a bit more conservative. Let's say from Alex, especially she probably doesn't have all the weapons in the world with which to get up in the rally and start, striking the ball and in a sort of a Sabalenka way. I think it's a really tricky one to call. Arango has recently reached a career high of 79 just a couple of months ago for the 24-year-old. Yeah. Um, Honestly, it's guesswork. But although I don't fancy Ayala on this surface, I think she did at least show something in Madrid against, Iga Swiatek, albeit maybe she undid some of that quite good work. But you know what I mean in terms of reputation by losing so badly to Kostyuk in Rome. But I think Kostyuk is obviously a formidable opponent. But yeah, I don't know if you've got any thoughts, Fergus, before we move on.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call. I feel as though it could go. It's just going to be long, but I feel like that momentum that both of them will start bringing after the first set, I feel as though it's going to be crucial just in terms of momentum. These two, I feel like, thrive off of that, like that momentum to keep going in after winning that first set. So I think it will be in straights actually, but it could be either in straights, to be honest. I feel like whoever wins the first set will win in straights.
Yeah, Arango did get, it looks like a win. Did she get one win in the Italian Open against Jean, who retired down 3-love in the third set? It looks like, did she withdraw from her match, though, against Mboko, maybe in the round of 16?
in Parma.
Oh, that's Palmer, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting confused in the tournaments, yeah. So, yeah, Arango had a decent straight sets win over Stakusic, though, also in Palmer, I think. Mila Andreeva lost to her in straights. Was that in Rome, maybe?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she lost there in Rome. I'm looking at the WTA website, which is honestly an absolute mess, trying to work out where some of these matches took place because it's all it's got one of those matches down as the Rome Open, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, she went down in 3 in the end in Palmer in the round of 32 to Friedsam.
Yeah, I mean, I guess final thoughts. I think it's gonna be tight. Maybe you give a slight edge to Arango in terms of surface. So slow, so slow. So that's where she kind of has the edge in terms of making these rallies physical. Playing that extra ball. Let's see if Yala is able to finish off those points.
I'll go Arango as well. Just
Yeah.
it's I know a lot more about Ayala as you can imagine, having watched her close up. I think she's a long way off being a clay quarter. Despite I think that match against Iga may have deceived us a little bit. We may see a
Mhm.
few more losses than wins for her on this surface in the coming years. So I'm going to finally go Arango, but as you can tell, not really convinced either way. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.